And now consulting the map sheets that that Glum has given us, round 2 is consisting of Clam Blitz Museum, Zones Mahi Mahi, and Tower Control Hagglefish.
So inevitably we were gonna have to get back into Clam Blitz at some point down the road because it is, of course, the only mode that didn't get played in the first round. So you guys are gonna have to deal with Clam Blitz. Let's be honest here. So yeah, every team gonna be dealing with those 3 maps coming up here. Of course, Fleet Off, Beat Museum, Dale Fontino, Clam Blitz. Before I talk about the map here real quickly, I actually do want to take a look at the quick record check for both teams here, because yeah, we'll come up with the team name later. Got that 3 on the first round. Same thing with Obamna. So we do get both teams with the 1-0 set record coming in to this one. So again, you win the first set. Now you get to see if you get to move up to 2-0 or go down to 1-1. Or I talked about this with Neptune last month when we did Lowing together in day one. It's all it can be a matter of a difference for tiebreakers. Ideally, you want to get to 2-0 so you give yourselves a lot of wiggle room to qualify for alpha brackets. But I'm sure for both teams, now that they got that first round, a little bit of warm ups here and there out of the way, we might be seeing some good matches coming up.
Yeah, both will come with a team later, and Obamna are just riding the high off of their round 1 match. Will come with a team name later, getting rid of going 3-0 against Bedtime. Obamna going 3-0 against ADHD Shipwreck, a team that I have played up against in I think last month's Low Ink, and now they're in my super team server. Anyways, going into Museum, D'Alfonsino, Clam Blitz here, we're seeing a pretty traditional comp on, I think will come with a team name later, and meanwhile on the other side of Obamna, that is Tetradulies I am seeing in the hands of Provigeki, and that is interesting, and I think we're already seeing Provigeki take the shortcuts through right side, already pushing up alongside Jacob here. Still in Love is trying to at least get rid of them. DG Dow being forced to jump out, and already that is first blood going to Obamna, but now Provigeki does go down, and I think we're right back into this state of just opening in mid.
It's opening in mid, and also more importantly, just both teams trying to figure out the right time to materialize for that first push on the board. This actually might be the time for Obamna as they do take out 3 members already. Now you can see the push moving up ahead, but they gotta get a power clam spawned, and right now there's just Squishy holding on to just the 1. They find a cluster of 3 that's available. That will be that power clam being spawned in, and they will actually get a pretty nice push up to the barrier, but the question is the follow-up going to be there whatsoever? You do see Jacob using the Kraken, but nobody else is there with them. It's just Jacob in no Squid's land even, and it's just a one-and-done push, to say the least. You get points on the board, but there is a free claim that's available for Will Come with the name later. But overall, you get points on the board at the end, Frostix.
Not just point that thing, Obamna just managed to at least hold their ground very well. They have 2 power clams in their back pocket here, that's not even counting a pity. That being said, 2 members going down with Provigeki and Jacob here. I think that is the Crab Tank in mid spinner trying to at least keep the space up. But now we're seeing the roller strike with that bubble, and Mauro Rossi is able to get rid of 2 with just their roller. Now 3 with Jacob, and that's a wipeout for Will Come with a team name later. Now, do they have the power clams to go? They have the pity clams, and now they have the power clam ready to go here. A Bria Bomb is being tossed, the soda is being brought out, the crab is being brought out, and there is the first clam. Do they have the follow-up though? Because if there isn't any follow-up, that 80 will turn into... Oh, there it is! There's the clams coming in from Still in Love, and uh-oh, is it about to happen? And boom! A second power clam has hit the basket. Pushing Will Come with a name later's lead to 51.
You know, we'll go with a name later. I love the patience that they had. The roller was planted close to the base if they needed to get the jumps in and get the aggression started. That was great patient play, and also a perfect show of discipline to avoid picking up the Pity Clam too early. Because what we saw right there was, hey, let's get the power clam spawn naturally. Let's just combo all of our specials. The Cooler, the Booyah Bomb, the Crab Tank all went out for that 1 push. On top of it too, Obamna lost all control of their base and the squids that they needed to keep the game alive for them, and on that matter, jumping that free clam back at base is fantastic. They're able to extend the lead a little bit more, but at the end, with 2 minutes and 20 seconds left here, Frostix, still plenty of time for Obamna to strike back. They got the reslider. That Crab Tank has been collapsed upon. 3 members surrounded them, so do a few. The 3rd has dropped as well, and I believe we're gonna see a delayed wipeout, and both power clams, all 3 power clams, I believe, have gone out of the picture, and that was tragic to say the least for Obamna.
and all of their resources go down swinging, and as soon as we say that, DG now proceeds to get another barrier break, and oh, does it happen again? A second power climbers in the basket! Pushing will come with a name later lead to 35. It's like you were saying, Keon, they are playing this so incredibly calculated and patient and striking at the opportune moments here. They got rid of all of Obamna's resources and struck back with another double power climb push here. There is now 1 minute, 30 seconds left on the clock here. Obamna does have a pity climb ready to go, but they only have 2 members left, and Still in Love is just there. They are able to get rid of Squishy, and now they just need to just get back this space, and they are still holding this space. They have another power climb ready to go. The splash is deep in enemy territory. They finally get shut down by Krobigeki, and then now Krobigeki trying to get rid of Marorasi. Yes, they do. Can they get a third? Mayhem's going down. This should be where Obamna strikes here. Carl is at 5. Squishy able to get rid of DG now, and now the missiles are being charged. There are 10 missiles headed for one person in particular. Now the crab tank is being popped on mid-spinner, and this is Obama's time to strike. They have at least one power climb, and I think they're close to a second, but no, Squishy does go down. It is less than 50 seconds left.
Yeah, less than 50 seconds to go on the clock, and they had to pick up the free clamp just to get any sort of offense going here. And the only problem that's materialized right now is I think they may have tried to move a little too fast for their own good. You have to get a strong push out of the gate, though, with the deficit that they have to deal with, because it's going to be at least 2 power clamps on the board. They saved both of them for themselves at the end. So for Obama, they have to find the right time for this push. They don't have any specials really available. They just have missiles for it to clear out the space that could be coming up here soon. They had to burn the crab tank from earlier, but Carl swims right into the Booyah Bomb, and that's going to be 2 members down. No squids available. 2 power clamps, so they're stuck in a terrible position, and there might be all the members that will come with the name later is having, and Krobigeki had to use the Reef Slider, but because both power clamps have disappeared, OT is not going to exist either. Frostix will come with a name later. We'll take home game 1 to start us off.
And Obamna really had all like the resources necessary to start a lot of pushes. They had the specials in their hands, they had the power clams. I just feel like they didn't have the aggression or just the space necessary here. And then when they were lacking the space, when they weren't taking those positions that they could have definitely taken advantage of with stuff like the Rage Blaster and especially the Tetra Dualies here, it just allowed Will Come with the team name later to just take that opportunity for themselves. They controlled the momentum of the match here and constantly negated any attempts for a double, triple power climb push for Will Come for Obamna. So that's game 1 going to them. That's a little bit more momentum, a little bit more coal added to Will Come with the name later's hype train as they go into Splat Zone's Mahi Mahi.
So I wouldn't be shocked if we get to see Reef Sliders again. This is a perfect map. This is a perfect map for Reef Sliders, because that Reef Slider, more often than not, if you get it at the right angle, it will be an insta-cap. So I wouldn't be shocked if you get to see them come back with it. So let's see how both teams want to approach this particular map. I do want to go back to that game 1. Obama had so many great ideas with the 3 power clamps that they had available, but when the rest of Will Come with the name later gets that delayed wipe, all the offense that was there just kind of disappeared. The thing I was concerned about is if Will Come with the name later would move a little too fast for their own good and get the power clamp casting, which gives Will Come with the name later another power clamp to counteract with their own push. Didn't really happen. Obama was able to stuff them out, and they had to go the long way around. So for Will Come with the name later, just great coordination overall. But for Obama coming into the second map overall, you want to see obviously go to the 1-1 tie for them. I kind of wouldn't be shocked if that restarter for either team makes an appearance. It's going to be the question is going to be which flavor of weapon with the resliders are they going to dish out. I feel like we're going to have to probably play a guessing game until we get to see the weapons load in.
I mean, we've seen Obamna stick with that. I think Krobigeki's Tetra Dualies, even when they were kind of down on their luck when it came down to positioning and push timing here, they still had a lot of their aggressive moments, and that's just what you want to be doing as the Tetra Dualies here. You just have you have the ability to take space, maybe unlike a lot of the other weapons, the dually class, and maybe unlike a lot of the other frontline weapons that you usually see here, and it can leave a lot of teams kind of left in the dust of the Tetra Dualies for whole dash rolls. So let's see what's in store with us. The guessing game is about to end.
The guessing game may have to wait a little bit longer here. Frostix look like they was taking a bit. It's time to load in here. No surprise here. Looks like the weapons are going to be the exact same from. We'll come with the name later. We're gonna play fire with fire here. There is no Reef Slider on the board. Instead, they're gonna play. They're gonna play with what I believe. Yeah, it will be dueling S. It will be a dueling S blast battle between Jacob and Digidao coming in here. That's actually kind of interesting because again, some teams will want to prioritize Reef Slider there, but instead of the Tetris, you just get to see the Cuss Blaster. So that's gonna be the ultimate question. But we're not gonna have time to dissect all that. We'll come with a name later. Immediately gets the immediate wipeout, and that's just a rough opener for Obamna, even though they got points on the board.
They did get points on the board, but I think 3 members of Obamna really tried to fight Mayhem against the Crab, and then they all go down one by one before Mayhem goes down to Carl's Crab. But now, we'll come with a name later. They have a lot of space going down in their hands. They are almost through the 60-point threshold, which will allow the water level to drop in due time. And oh, there it is, at 61 points, the water level has dropped and will allow, I think, especially Maro Rossi, the roller on Will Come With a Name later, to just have a lot more space to work around, a lot more space to shark in, and just a lot more opportunities to make an impact. As they are still holding the space, they have a Crab Tank ready to go. They're holding Obamna in their in their court without them even trying to push that deep.
It's not often you only get to see the 61 points remaining and the water level drop just at that exact moment there. And Obamna, that would have been a great time for them to see if they can push forward with the new map terrain, but they came up just a bit short, and they lose 2 members as well. The Crab Tank I did see did get shut down earlier, so it's just a blown Booyah Bomb that's available with the points slowly trickling down, and they had to start striking soon. They expect the missiles to the Crab Tank, the triple splashdown to come out just like that. They do not get control off of the specials they just farmed, but they will have to follow it up with the main weapons to take out a few more. The triple across the entire team is pretty much there in play. Obamna, not the full cap that they wanted right out of the gate, but they were able to follow it up by taking 3 members down. They do stay alive at the very least.
I was so convinced that they would have gotten that zone. They committed a full trip splashdown and a Booyah Bomb, but now we're seeing Will Come With a Name later striking back Maro Rossi, heralding the charge, a Booyah Bomb coming in from the S-Blast here, and they are not allowing that zone to remain blue for any longer. I think Maro Rossi's not even taking the soda buff in order to stay hidden in their sharking efforts as the roller. Now they're getting spotted out by the burst bomb here. I think they're just trying to at least get in a good position. Carl, do you know that there's a roller? No, you don't! And they go down as they pop the crab. There's no crab for Obamna, but here comes the missiles from the pros, and Kokigeki's going down, and Silverlove is just holding down the islands over here. And now Will Come With a Name later is out of their penalty points. Obamna needs to strike, and strike they need to fast.
The problem is they need to use the Booyah Bomb, which they do not get the chance to do so, and because that might have been their best chance to get everything neutralized right out of the gate. But with a few members down and still staying clutch, Carl follows it up with the backup Crab Tank that was available, and they get an immediate zones cap. Now it's 1 point remaining in the 55 penalty points left. Now, for Obamna, they keep this momentum up. We could be seeing a big swing coming in at the tail end of this. His 2 members have dropped. We'll come with a name later. It's going to have to go out of respawns. The pencil is still striking big. But I mean, Frostix, Obamna still fighting strong at the very end.
And Kokigeiki, I think, wisely holding on to that triple splashdown, especially when that Booyah Bomb comes in. Here comes the missiles from the pros in here. That splashdown is still ready to go. Here it comes. They get up 2 members down on Will Come With a Name later. That isn't even from the splashdown. And Carl's Crab also holding down the line. Jacob also holding down the line with that with the S-Blast here. And I think Kokigeiki is now their moment to strike here. They're all on the ledges here. No! None of them are going down, but they're in the single digits. They need to get this fast. No! Zone is in neutral. Will Come With a Name later. Oh, it's still in neutral! It is back and forth, but finally, the zone is flipped in yellow, and that is 64 penalty points applied to Obamna.
You know, momentum is a very, very scary thing in games, let alone video games. This is a classic case of one where if Obamna was able to take that over the finish line and won the fights with their blaster, we could be talking about a major change with the team. 1 point remaining, losing at the end. But Will Come With a Name later came out with huge at the tail end of it. Now the problem is it's going to be down to 6 total points, and all the points taken down. No fight back to the zone just in time. Obamna got pressured out, and that's just the most unfortunate thing there for Obamna as they ran out of firepower towards the very end. Will Come With a Name later hold on at the very end of that. They get the 2-0. That is the set win for them. They will go into game 3. Look up the 3-0 and the salvage game coming up here for Obamna.
I'm definitely intrigued on what this salvage game is going to go, on how this salvage game is going to play out too, because I think Obamna put on a really, really solid show and had a lot of effort going in to Mahi Mahi. I think they switch up to a double blaster comp, really interesting on Obamna's end here, specifically the custom blaster from Krovigeki. I am a custom blaster fanboy, I will say, and it does play really well. It did, I think, Krovigeki as well as I think that was Jacob on the S Blast on Obamna. They played really well together, making use of, you know, their AoE capabilities to just try to pressure out. Will come with a name later, specifically on that hold. We saw Jacob go on the left side, meanwhile Krovigeki on the right side, having those two blasters kind of be their watchers and at least have that initial line of defense really smart for them. And I'm just wondering, will that stay on something like Hagglefish, in which blasters kind of play really well in? Will we see just another switch up coming maybe from Obamna? Because I think you said it as we entered Mahi Mahi. I think we'll come with a name later. They're like really confident in their team. I mean, when they're running with like that aggressive roller as well as just the rest of the team, I wouldn't even debate switching as well.
You know, it went choppy. That's what it exactly is. It's like, all right, we played these 4 weapons really well together, but let's just run it the same way. Wouldn't be shocked if they do the same thing. Now, I did notice that there were different blaster varieties for Obamna here. I believe they had the custom range blaster. That's why I was wondering where the Kraken was coming from. They also had the custom blaster as well, so a little bit of different blaster gameplay across the board for Obamna at the very end, so I wouldn't be surprised if they go with a slight change here. Still in Love breaks all deviations here and decides to go with the Zeko Firefin charger there, as we do get to see the Neil Splash from Carl farming trip strikes for days there. Both teams are armed with GG specials on the board. Still in Love gets a trip strike of their own, Carl gets a trip strikes of their own, but with very, very different main weapons to supply here, Fostix.
Yeah, and then one more elephant in the room to note, Krovigeki has switched on to Vanilla Wiper, and I am the biggest Wiper fanboy known to man. So, of course, I gotta just, like, commend Krovigeki for choosing that as their as the front line on Obamna here. And now the hammer is coming out. Mayhem has gone down here. Will this be a hammer throw onto Still in Love? That connects. Nice. Still in Love going down to Kovigeki's hammer. And that's just what Wiper is really good at, just flowing in and out of spaces and being able to just thrive and fight in a variety of elevations and high grounds, low grounds. Wiper can do it all. And now 2 members down on Obamna. They are still up in front, but finally Krovigeki does go down to Still in Love's Zeko Fin charger, as I think now we're seeing will come with a name later, trickling right back into mid.
The best thing about that Wiper is that the ultimate took out the crab, and then the amazing toss, knowing that, hey, there's going to be a member in that canopy. They're most likely our Zeko Firefin guy and Still in Love, trying to basically cause a lot of problems there. But at the end, they didn't even get through the first checkpoint quite yet. Now they are having a second attempt at it, this time with a little bit more aggression, and Krovigeki responds in time by taking out that charger and Still in Love. So that will be likely the first checkpoint being cleared, unless there's a counter exploit, which there is. Could be the counter attack from Moro Rossi, but Moro Rossi goes down. Valiant effort though at the very end there, but this is gonna be 2 members approaching this first checkpoint. Now coming into the treacherous second one coming up here. Weebom's gonna probably deter that and probably have them play patient. But so far, Frostix, a very different Obamna team so far with the way they've been playing.
Yeah, especially just with how much space and how much aggression they're bringing out. Will it land another? Oh, that is a second hammer throw connecting onto Still in Love's head top, and Krovigeki is not missing with these Ultra Stand throws so far. And they're just responding to all of the aggression and all the space taking that Will Come With a Name Later has brought out within the past 2 matches. They're able to at least keep Moro Rossi in check here. They're able to at least make sure Mayhem didn't get a lot of vantage ground. They're just constantly under pressure. Now we're seeing Krovigeki as well, just heralding this push. They have another hammer ready to go. They're past that second checkpoint here. Do they know the hammer's there? Does DJ Down notice that the Wiper's there? No, Krovigeki does go down. They're past that second checkpoint, however, and there's just a lot of momentum that Obamna is riding here. They're 26 points here with 2 minutes and 23 seconds left on the map.
Where was this particular comp from before? That's what I think most people will be wondering. Is like, hey, we could have probably dished out something incredible with these 4 weapons, but it kind of lends a little bit of truth to, hey, we're gonna just run this specifically for Hagglefish TC, and we're getting some amazing results out of them. So hey, that's a great start. Also, getting past that second checkpoint is awesome on this map alone, because that second checkpoint can be easily contestable so far, but don't count out will come with the name later. This has been the momentum game, to say the least, especially with what we saw from Mahi there. We got some of the trip strikes. The crafting also got burned earlier as well, and this push is still going strong. Chromie Genki's trying to chase one out, but they lost two by themselves. The Ultra Sam does take out one, and Chromie Genki saves the defenses there, but probably not for long as they run themselves into a Booyah Bomb. Mayhem's gonna be the one lurking large here on the second checkpoint. All they need to do is clear out everybody else and just continue to contest with all their might, keeping the timer alive as well, which has been smart for them so far. Mayhem uses this craft tank just to defend the right side, and unbelievably here, Frostix, 3 members going down, will come with a name later, has had all the momentum in the back half of this map.
Exactly, they found their opportunity, managed to keep these threats like, say, Carl and Chromie Genki in check here, and they are able to take the lead 26-20 here. There is under a minute left for Obamna to take this back, and already Mayhem's posted up around mid, so they're watching it. Rossi is not going to be able to get a shark off with a direct from Jacob. The tri-strikes come out from Carl, and now I think that is that's 2 down on Obamna. 30 seconds left on the clock for will come with a name later. Already Chromie Genki's gone down. Still in Love has tri-strikes ready to go, and they're just holding this position really solidly here. Jacob's going down as well as Squishy has gone down as well. The tri-strikes are coming out from Jacob as a last hurrah. Mayhem is being forced to back off to Still in Love here, and Chromie Genki is trying to find their opportunity in. This is the last stand for Obamna. 10 seconds left on the clock. Chromie Genki has gone down. Mayhem is now closing in on the tower. They get spotted out by Jacob. 2 down on both sides here. There's a tower jump being established, but DJ Dow is not going to allow that to happen. Same thing with Mara Rossi, and that is a 3-0 set sweep from Will Come with a name later. Even still, what a game from both teams.
Obamna was literally 2 amazing plays away from talking about a different set. At the very end, though, it came down to Will Come with a name later, winning out the back half of that push by rolling that through the second checkpoint. And I think Will Come with the name later probably wasn't ready for the major comp change and the major gameplay change that Chromie Genki was dishing out with the Wiper. So using that first half to adjust, and then I guess halfway through the map you get to see the adjustments come on the full force on top of it too. One thing though for that map is there were trip strikes that were readily available here, Frostix, that Will Come with the name later could have used for GG specials, but they were shut down right before they could even use it. It didn't really matter though, because Obamna lost 2 on their own, so all that it led to was just relying on the main weapons and the positioning that they needed to take home that tower. And Frostix, that was a fun little 3-0 we just saw.
It was still a 3-0, but a fun little